there's a theme to this satsang, and I just wrote this. The theme of this sharing will be the challenge and joy of simply, truly being yourself. The full-on self in this ordinary life. And finding and living out of the divine grounding of being that we all are at our core. We'll have a guided meditation later, along with joining of our hearts into the silence of being. And that's what we just did when we sat together. It's not just one person sitting quietly. There's one silence that we all are just sort of made out of. Moving into being fully present in this life, and seeing into the infinity of love that we are. So there's really two levels. I mean, this is, they say, well, we are spiritual beings. We're human beings wanting to live a spiritual life. That's why we feel we're coming together. We're human beings wanting to live a spiritual life, but actually we're spiritual beings living a human life. So nothing's left out. We don't want to leave anything out. All the little bits of being human is the reason we're here. So it's important to look at both aspects. I know some teachers have the experience like I actually had of being no self. The self was just gone. And that's why I share, because there's nobody here to share. And that makes it a lot better, because the meditations and everything that I'm sharing today came through something else when I meditate or pray and ask. And I'm given these answers that I didn't come up with. It wasn't like I went into some... Oh, thank you. You need water. Did you know I wanted water?
I know you wanted water.
What was I saying?
These things come through you.
Yeah, they come through me. Mm-hmm. And if it's, the more me that's here, the less value there is. So, the more we get out of the way. I forgot not to pet you. It worked for a little while. Okay, you go lay down. I went to a poetry reading last night, which I'm going to save that for a little bit later. My friend Frances Bennett, so I have anybody who wants to connect and have a larger satsang, you can connect onto my Facebook and connect with some of my friends, because they're amazing. And some of them have written books. I have Frances Bennett's book here. This is I Am That I Am, and he was a monk, Trappist monk, who had a huge awakening in the monastery and church. You're just trouble. And he and I are just, on the same wavelength. I came from a completely different background. Not really, though, because I was also Catholic and understand where he's coming from. But for you, Buffy, my path is the path of no path. It's the path of wherever you're led. And I had my master Osho. I had one master in this life, and I don't need any more than one. He was more than enough. And he was truly my master, where I've had lots of teachers. I've been with Papaji and Gangaji, and been with Krishnamurti, and there's many that I really revere as teachers and have learned so much from, but Osho was my master that I really surrendered to. And Osho said you don't have to surrender to a master, you could surrender to a doorknob. Just surrender. Letting go of the small self shows you the divinity of your large self, and I'm going to do a little thing with that in a minute. But Frances, my friend, sent me this on Facebook on my page. Enlightenment is not just some kind of self-actualizing principle of development or manifestation that is only realized in human beings. Enlightenment is the very life energy, the pure and vast consciousness of the whole cosmos itself. That's enlightenment. All of it is what he's saying. In a human being, it is the way we think, feel, and act when we see and consciously participate in that vast aliveness as it is manifesting through this amazing human form in this eternal here and now. So it's like when we connect with that, which is why we do satsang, we know we're human.